Hello everyone. Today I am going to present a presentation on an ancient Indian agriculture practice. This presentation will show you why agriculture was so important in ancient India. Importance of agriculture in ancient Indian civilization. In ancient India, agriculture was the backbone of life. Right from the Indus Valley civilization around 2500 BCE, farming was the main livelihood. Agriculture supported trade, economy, and culture. Farmers used plows, irrigation system, crop rotation, and natural manures. Festivals and rituals were also connected to sowing and harvesting. Importance in economy and society. Agriculture was the main source of revenue for kingdoms. Taxes on crops were collected by the state. Land ownership decides social power. Landlords were influential, and peasants worked under them. Villages were self sufficient, centered around farming. Festivals like Pongal, Baisakhi, and Makar Sankranti celebrated. Advanced irrigation and storage system ensured food security. Land preparation techniques. Land preparation was the first step in farming. Farmer used wooden plows, later improved with iron tips. Land was cleared of weeds and enriched with compost and animal manure. Irrigation through canals and reservoirs made land fertile. In hilly areas, terracing and contour plowing prevented erosion. Crop rotation and fallow land restored fertility. Water management and irrigation system. Water management was highly advanced. Canals, tanks, well, and step wells stored and supplied water. Check dams and burns conserved water. Different irrigation systems were used: flood irrigation, furrow irrigation, and basin irrigation, along with lift irrigation with Sharif and Persian wheels. Bamboo pipes were used for early drip irrigation. Crop selection and rotation strategy. Crops were chosen according to soil and rainfall. Rice in wheat areas, millet in dry areas, and spices or cotton for trade. Rotation of cereals and pulses balanced nutrients. Farmers used multiple and mixed cropping. Agriculture was divided into Kharif, Rabi, and Zaid season for maximum productivity. Seed selections and planting methods. Farmers saved the best seeds and exchanged them in communities. Seeds were treated with ash, cow dung, or neem for protection. Sowing method included broadcasting, doubling, and drilling. Planting was timed with the monsoon and sometimes with astrology. Intercropping legumes with cereals improved soil health. Natural and organic farming practices. Farming was organic and chemical free. Compost, cow dung, and green manure were used. Neem, garlic, and chili extracts were natural pesticides. Farmers practiced intercropping, mulching, and rainwater harvesting. They believed in farming with respect for nature, ahimsa in agriculture. Crop protection and pest management. Farmers used natural methods for cropping protection. Ladybugs, birds, and wasps controlled pests. Neem and tobacco water acted as the pesticides. Marigold repelled pests. Ash and smoke protected stored grains. Ayurvedic remedies and astrology also guided pest control. Weed control and soil conservation. Weeds were controlled by hand weeding, hoeing, and mulching. Intercropping and crop rotation reduced weed growth. Soil was conserved through terracing, contour plowing, and bunding. Cover crops and green manure maintained fertility. Harvesting and post harvest management. Harvesting was done by hand with sickle and knives. Grains were thrashed by beating or cattle trampling. Winnowing separated grain from husk. Storage was in granaries, pits, or raised platform. Preservation methods included sun drying, smoking, and herbal treatment. Surplus produced was traded in market. Tools and implements. Farmer used a variety of tools: wooden and iron plough, harrow, cultivator, seed drills, dibblers, sickles, knives, and reaping hooks. Persian wheels and irrigation devices were major innovations. Legacy and modern relevance. The farming practices of ancient India were sustainable and eco friendly. They ensured food security, soil fertility, and balance with the nature. Even today, we can learn from these techniques. Crop diversity, water conservation, and organic farming are solutions for climate change and food security challenges.